in very minor funny news of things that I was watching from afar, there was a hilarious drama among the Hollow Knight community. Now, if you haven't been keeping up, Hollow Knight, a game that came out I don't know, like forever ago, a cute little Metroidvania, I say, hating that term, but being forced to use it. A cute little search action game. Actually, I read a really good article about how Metroidvania, one of the reasons it's kind of bad as a term and it's not very descriptive is that really what it means is a structure, in the same way that we say linear and we use linear and open world as descriptors for a game's structure of its setting. And Metroidvania, it describes a certain kind of expanding structure and like trying to come up with better, like what would you call it? Like an expanding world, an unlocking world. I've always used the phrase leapfrog because in my mind, it's like the visual of you have to pass something, you leapfrog over a location and then double back to it later. But I don't know. Maybe that doesn't make sense to anyone else. Anyway, there was a promised expansion. Dude, I'm like really mucusy right now. That's weird. Like I'm breathing and like I feel like it's getting forced out of my nose. There was this promised expansion called Silksong that was, and I can't blow my nose. That's so weird. It's like this deep embedded mucus. Silksong never came out. It has been in development hell for so long that someone had, at one point at least, vandalized the Wikipedia page for the term development hell. Let me see if it's still like that. I was looking it up. Development hell. Yeah, someone changed it. I randomly was looking at I found out that there was a Wikipedia page for development hell. And at the time that I happened to click on it, someone had changed it to say development hell, also known as Silksong. Yeah, basically it's been in development for so long with so little news that the fan base is going a little loopy. Now you might say maybe they should just like play a different game and just wait until some news comes up and maybe like detach themselves a little bit. And they would say, fuck you, dude. I have to be on the Silksong subreddit, which is separate from the Hollow Knight subreddit. Because I am going to obsess over this game that may or may not be canceled. Apparently it's still in development, but who knows what that really means. That could be all lies. So a developer at Team Cherry, the creators of the game, changed his name, handle, and profile picture on Twitter. The name was changed to some weird, like, every sage was right, I think. The name was changed to, the handle was changed to that. The name was changed to reference, like, some brand of wine. And the profile picture was changed to a picture of chocolate cake. And he also tweeted, keep your eyes open for big things happening tomorrow. The next day was, wow, how related, the Switch 2 release. The Switch 2 reveal. So people immediately took this as Silksong is confirmed for Switch 2, which personally I think would be obvious. No, it's actually releasing on the N64. I don't know why you would have to confirm that. Maybe they're saying it's a launch title. I don't know. That's like the other things. Is it going to be a launch title? Is it going to be... no clue. And then so people start going absolutely feral. And collecting information on the subreddit, culminating in a post, "We demand a statement from Team Cherry." This post is so long, has so many edits and updates to it that I'm not even sure how it's supposed to be read. It does have a thing about the original post, but it also lacks a bunch of context. Essentially what happened was a different developer said, "No, guys, that doesn't mean anything. It's a Portal joke." The cake was a lie. I guess that's the joke. What a topical joke that people totally would have thought in the year 2025. People were thinking it's not some elaborate ARG series of clues that you're meant to piece together. It was just a weird joke, and the guy changing all of his identifying like information on Twitter was just unrelated. Okay. This made people even angrier. As this post goes on. So first of all, the top of the post is hilarious. Update. The Silksong mod started deleting my old posts, even though are forgotten somewhere in the 3rd, 4th page of Reddit. I don't know why. More specifically, they removed the post about Silksong being a bundle of Nintendo Switch 2. This, in my opinion, confirms that the info I had about Silksong launch as Nintendo exclusive, is legit. We did it, guys. Leth, who's a developer, is responding to questions. It's great when there's a whole section called updates after the post was locked. If I scroll down to the original text of the post, a member, if this is true, that means that William, the developer, that William tweet hours before Nintendo Switch reveal was in purpose just to troll us. All caps. A member of Team Cherry decided to post a tweet hours before Switch 2 reveal just to troll after 6 years of silence. And Leth didn't have the courage and professionalism to make a statement and have chosen to speak through a third person. They forgot who made them millionaires. Dude, I doubt they're millionaires. They forgot the Kickstarter backers. They forgot everything. We don't deserve a single update. I don't know what they mean. I don't know if they're using that word properly. A single blog post for 6 years. There's a lot of commas just thrown in here randomly. I have never seen such a disrespect to a community. Also, that confirms the luck of communication between Leth and William, and maybe the reason of the delay on Silksong's development is due to Team Cherry is not a team anymore. Zero communication. Zero respect to the community. Zero business plan. What's that fucking video? There is no aggression, there is no passion, there is no fucking vision, there is no mindset to this football club. So I think there is a component, which is that Silksong was originally promised as an expansion DLC for the original Hollow Knight, which then grew so out of control that they eventually decided to just make it a full-on sequel. So there is a legitimate aspect to this, which is that people paid money and they backed the game, having been promised that their money would go towards a DLC that did not come out. And if the game came out, and I'm assuming they've already said that anyone who backed the game who was entitled to the DLC, that's usually how it goes. If you funded it, you'll get it for free. for free, quote unquote. You won't have to pay again for it separately. Obviously, you paid money for it technically to have it made. I imagine that they would extend that also to whenever the full game comes out, you will also get Silksong without having to pay for it again. So there is a legitimate aspect. I do have to wonder how many of the people who are so obsessed with this actually backed the game to whatever tier it was that entitled them to the Silksong DLC. And how many people just played Hollow Knight afterwards, after it came out, and just really liked it, and are now obsessively following the story. Like, okay, Team Cherry should absolutely honor their commitment to their backers, right? And that is, if the game never comes out, very ethically fucked, right? That is very messed up if they did that. But like, if I did not back the game like that, and I was not waiting on my investment to be like returned to me, I don't know if I would be that interested. Like, okay, there's a couple things that I love that I don't know if they're ever going to come out with the promised thing. I love the Proto Men, one of my favorite bands. I legitimately have no idea if Act 3 is ever coming out. Act 2, I first started listening to them in middle school, and Act 2 came out in when did it come out? 2009. Holy shit. It came out when I was 7? Yeah, I got into that in 2014, 15, when I was in middle school. And at that point, people were already going, damn, it's been a long time. When's Act 3 coming out? And now it's been closing in on 10, 20 years. In a couple, it's been about 15 years, and no word. Well, like a little bit of a word. They had like 2 tracks that they released of it years ago. Literally 10 years ago, they released 2 tracks, which probably wouldn't even be the final versions of those songs on the album because it's been so long at this point. And I love the Proto Man. I love those 2 albums. Never really delved too much into their other stuff, but I love those 2 albums. And if Act 3 ever comes out, I'll totally be there. I'm going to be super psyched about it. I'll be so hyped. But like, I'm not like grinding my teeth into dust over it, I'm not like foaming at the mouth. I'm also a Mega Man fan, so I'm used to waiting for stuff. Ironic, given they are a Mega Man themed band. I feel like at a certain point, you just kind of move on, right? You don't have to stop liking it. You don't have to stop listening to it. You don't have to stop replaying Hollow Knight. But, just like, there's a level of investment that I don't know what you're getting out of it. Of stressing out, obsessing over a potential sequel. I just don't know how like healthy that is as a way of like as a relationship with media that is made by people you cannot control. I feel like at a certain point you just gotta take a step back, right? Maybe I'm crazy. What have you been waiting on for years that you don't think is ever going to really come out?